Okay, I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakat, Kwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach the Bible in 100% truth. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes of Israel, starting with the 144,000, consisting of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in the land of North, Central, and South America, as well as the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners living amongst the other nations. Shalom to you. Okay, today I'm back pretty much with the same message on the previous video, but with a different example. I mentioned this particular word, theophany or theophanic. I think, sometimes I probably do pronounce it wrong. I mentioned it in the last couple of videos, so forgive me if I do. So I just brought it up again. And these are the type of events that we're about to see happen. It says here, a visible manifestation to humankind of a Most High or a God. And there's a quotation underneath, the great theophany of Sinai. And so, we understand that a prophet is to speak before. If you're a man of the Most High, then you're here to speak of events before they happen on behalf of the Most High, which is, his name is Yahweh, and his son's name Yahweh Shai. So that's the job of a prophet, to speak before. And you look up the definition here of theophany or theophania. It's a Greek origin, theos, meaning God, and phania, to show. So that's what it pretty much means. We understand, those of you that believe in this truth, we understand that there is a Most High, a higher power. And, for that, if you truly believe that and you have faith, then obviously, we understand that the things around us, the scriptures we read, these are all physical manifestations of the Most High's work. We're reading this prophecy, these particular prophecies, we're in the time of the prophets. When the prophets arrive, kingdoms fall. And the prophets arrive pretty much to give you the warning and bring the message that the Most High is bringing a changing of the guard. And then the changing of the guard takes place. So, just like I mentioned in the last couple of videos, we're in that time, 2024, things that are going to develop rapidly. And, I mentioned an example where, I spoke of World War III, in January, spoke of, I gave you a sort of like a timeline and said, this event will occur within this timeline. And then so within 10 months now that's happening. So this is a theophanic event. The Most High taking the scriptures that are written in this book. He's used a man that he's put the Spirit on to speak the scriptures and present this message. And then he's made a manifestation, a physical manifestation of this message right before your eyes in a short time scale. So you're in that time where you're going to, the things you see the prophets speak of, you're going to start to see them actually physically occurring. And, resulting with the MOTB, World War III, and the deliverance of the elect of the children of Israel. So I'm back with another example. This is Amos chapter 3. We should know this. It says, Amos 3:7, surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants the prophets. The lion hath roared, who will not fear? The Lord Yahweh hath spoken, who can but prophesy? So, you've got many prophets out here, people claiming to be prophets. A lot of them are false prophets. And, on one hand, we're seeing it happen more and more often. We're seeing it happen on a larger scale, and we're seeing people getting judged for it. So we know we're in that time where 2024 could be the year where these false prophets start to get judged and exposed. And so that's happening on one particular hand. The true men of the Most High, the true prophets, are still speaking this particular message, the true message. And on that side, you're going to see a manifestation of events on that side. And so, these are the true prophets, and ultimately these are the ones bringing you the secrets of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. They have been revealed unto the prophets from the Most High through Yahweh Shai. And so that's why, the question has been asked, who can but prophesy? And so, if a prophet is to speak before it happens, and then the Most High, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, brings these telephonic events, to pretty much make it happen. So these two things are going hand in hand. So you're seeing on one hand the downfall of false prophets, you're seeing their madness becoming more wicked. So this is ultimately going to create an implosion within these various groups that are teaching these scriptures falsely. But on the other hand, the true men, it's going to become clearer and clearer. Don't forget, when we go to Numbers 12 and 6, I just looked up the word prophet and among, so Numbers 12 and 6, and he said, "Hear my words, if there be a prophet among you, I, Yahweh, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream." So we come out here, we give you this message, we tell people where they're going wrong, they don't want to hear it. Then they say, well, they don't want the message of the Most High to come from us. They make out that they got their own personal relationship with Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. It's Ezekiel 2 and 5. "And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them." Certain things that we're telling you are going to happen, are going to start to happen, and it's going to become evidently clear who the men of the Lord are. Where things will happen and you'll say, well, they were speaking about that 6 months ago, 6 years ago. Whereas, these false prophets, they change the message and corrupt it. So ultimately they can't bring you the same warning that we can. They bring it to you in a different way. Destruction is coming. But the way in which it's taught and the breakdown of events and how it's all supposed to pan out and lay out is completely wrong. So they're not preparing anybody for this actual destruction. And this is the secrets of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, given unto the prophets, revealed. And so, like I say, now you're in the time I showed you in the previous video, speaking of something, and then it starts to come to pass. And there's, like I say, I have got another example. This is Deuteronomy 18 and 22, says, "When a prophet speaketh in the name of Yahweh, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which Yahweh have not spoken, but the prophet have spoken it presumptuously, thou shalt not be afraid of him." So that's concerning false prophets. They tell you these things that are due to come to pass, they will never come to pass. We tell you of events in a different way, and this obviously causes back and forth between various groups of Israelites or various teachers, and it's because they teach the same truth but in different ways, and only one of these particular groups can be true, can be correct, can be telling the truth. So those are the men that the way they break it down, it's going to come to pass in that particular way. So when you reverse this, it says, "When a prophet speaketh in the name of Yahweh, and the thing does follow and does come to pass, then that is the thing which Yahweh have spoken. And the prophet then has not spoken it presumptuously. He's given you the true message through the Spirit." So the same way that I told you that WW3 is going to be here within 3 years, guaranteed. Within 10 months, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is making it clear to us. It's a telephonic event. He's making it clear that we can see it. There it is. We can point at it, and we can actually say we're witnessing the development of World War III, and it's just a matter of time. So the thing that has been spoken has come to pass. So this is clear evidence that you've got to take this particular message seriously. We believe we're at the time where the elect have been sealed, which would then also mean that we're at the time where, the time for repentance must be, closed at the same time, because now, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is making a visitation, and, in 2024, he's going to crank up the heat. We've seen that with the events that have been happening over the last few weeks. Now, another scenario that I spoke of previously, I've explained a few times. I hate to keep going back to the same topic, but the whole reason why I'm here to give you this message, for me to stand up on my own, make these videos and put them out there into the sea of the ocean of videos. My little videos are like a drop of water in this ocean. So why would I go to the effort to throw my little my little one drop of water into the ocean when there's already an ocean out there? What am I going to gain? Am I going to make waves and all of a sudden cut apart these people and make this big opening and everybody's going to go, oh, this is the guy? That's obviously not realistic. But what drives me to the fact of coming to make these videos is because I know the understanding that I'm given through the Spirit is true, and it will come to pass. So when I came to this truth, I had a particular vision. This is 2018. At that point, I didn't know what a prophet was. I didn't know anything about the Bible. I didn't know anything about these scriptures, and I was what you would call living like a normal everyday life. And so at this particular point, I was given a vision. Just like you read in this book, you have these prophets, and they say, in that day, I was in the Spirit of the Lord, because obviously what happens, the Spirit comes down, bang, and starts dealing with them. And so their mind's working, they know stuff, and they move forward from there. And so it's the same type of event. And I was shown particular information and certain events. Now I'm going to, I have been through it before in detail, but I'm going to run through it briefly, because obviously it pertains to the information that I'm going to bring out today. So you may remember this, you see, and if you do, then you're witnessing another telephonic event. So like I said, I had this particular vision, and the Spirit arrived. It arrived at me. I couldn't see anything, and then I started to see events play out in my mind in a vision. And the first thing I saw was, ancient Egypt. I saw Europe, scrolling through. Then it turned into Europe. It turned into the ocean, and then it turned into America. And along the way, I saw bloodlines of various people, and these people were mainly labeled by their different religions, and I've explained all this before. So you had these Muslims, Jesuits, Christians. I saw Rome was a highlight, and this scrolling scenery of 3,000 years from ancient Egypt, Mitzrayim, to Babylon the Great, America. And at the time, I had no idea what the Bible was about. So I saw these particular events, and when I was having this vision, I knew this was the Most High. I knew what I was being shown straight away was from a higher power, and I knew that this was from the Bible. I don't know how I knew, but whatever the Spirit done, it shows you things, but it's feeding understanding into you underneath. So while you're seeing events play out and you're describing events, you're being filled up with understanding of things. So I just knew this is the Bible, this is biblical, and this is the Most High showing me something. And so I saw those 3,000 years, all these people, these bloodlines that were growing in the form of vine roots, like roots or branches growing across the earth. And then they got to America, and then across America came the sword, cut off these branches, just cut them off straight, clean. And then it switched, then the vision switches, and then I was given a 3-part message. Message 1, message 2, message 3, and then it's, I'll come back to that in a second, and then it switched again. And then I was shown the globe spinning, covered in deceit. And so, when you come to the scriptures, for example, though the first part of that vision and the second part of that vision is written in the scriptures, it's quite easy. So, for example, that second part with the globe and the deceit covering it like a spider's web was, pretty much the earth is given unto the hand of the wicked. So those two particular visions, ultimately, to understand what I'd seen, I had to find a teacher. I found the elders of GMS, so the only people that were describing the scriptures correctly according to what I had seen. So that's how I knew, who are the men that the Most High set up here to teach this book. So, but then the part in the middle was a particular message directed at me, and the secrets, if you like, the secret of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. And so that 3-part message was broken down, and the first 3 different phrases. And the first phrase, you may remember I've brought this out before, so I have to come to this. The first phrase was what you're seeing written on the screen. Let's call him AH. So the first part was AH was right. So that kind of hit me. And then the next part was JEWs, JEWS are fake. And the last part was the Bible is for you. So the Spirit's come down, showed me this particular thing, switched it to this 3-part message. Oh, by the way, AH was right. Those small hats are fake, and this book is for you. And then obviously, like I say, it switched back into the globe. It said, here's the globe, look at that, that's the earth, and it's given into the hands of the wicked. So, I've mentioned this before and I brought it out, and so when I tell you that, and I've mentioned that particular part in the middle, I can't really make too much noise about AH, because obviously the algorithm is looking to catch you on those particular things. But I have mentioned it before, and all praises to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. When the Spirit is kind of showing you something, you don't really have the magnitude, the understanding of the magnitude of what you're being shown, or what it actually means, or how it's going to play out. All you know is this is what I was shown. You keep it simple. That's why I have to make the effort to make my little 1 drop of water of videos and throw them into the ocean, because you might look at it and go, what was the point of that? There's all these people out here in higher stature and all these different let's say denominations of people reading the Bible in different ways around the world, and I'm talking about all different religions. So why would you throw your hat into the ring? Because as it says, we go back to it. Amos 3:7. Surely Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto the servants, the prophets. So if you have a secret, you've got to speak it. You see, and at this point, I still didn't know what a prophet was until, I came across the men of GMS, and it actually explained, this is what a prophet is. It tells you what's going to happen, and then it comes to pass. So, will I know what's to come to pass? Because I was shown in the vision. I know people are going to get cut off in America, but it's very difficult to explain these visions to you unless you have the words of the book, because the scriptures describe those events. And so, you need a teacher, you need to understand the Hebrew, the history, and so on and so forth, the keywords, and then you understand the scriptures. When you understand the scriptures, I can now easily explain the vision and what I saw to you. And if people say, well, why don't you write this down? Yeah, I could have written this down. I could have made 5 chapters out of it, and I could have used all the keywords that the Bible uses, and all the these and the thous. But what's the point? It's already in there. I would just be, what's the point adding to it? You don't need to add to it. The information is actually in there. But the secret part was the part that I mentioned in the middle. AH was right. JEWs are fake, and the Bible is for you. And so we fast forward to today. the previous video or the video before, I explained these telephonic events. You're about to see it. You're about to see the true men of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai say things, and you're going to see them come to pass and see them affect the world in a major way. These events that are happening in the Middle East over the last 3 weeks, this is Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai rising up to the praise, stirring up the world. He's now got everybody in the world, pretty much holding a corner. You either held that corner now, you're either in the blue corner or you're in the red corner when it comes to this scenario in the Middle East. I bump into people and you're just having general conversations with them, and all the time they talk to you as if you're going to take one side. Well, which side? And I'm like, no, I'm not taking a side. I'm just telling you what I witness out there. But when you get into the conversation with these people on a general level at the minute, they really want to direct the conversation into them showing you what side they've chosen, and then wanting to know what side you've chosen. But I'm telling them, no, I'm not here to choose a side. But this is what Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is doing. It's creating division. I mentioned this again in the previous video. I mean, this is the same topic, but with a different event, a different message, all through the Spirit, spoken of, and now you're going to see it come to pass and affect the world in a major, major way. That's why I keep saying to you, 2024 is going to be off the meter. This is Luke 12:51. It says, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division. And it goes on to say, for from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house, divided 3 against 2 and 2 against 3, so on and so forth. But Yahweh Shai, you've got the Christian church, and what do they tell you? They tell you, Jesus is coming. He's going to love everybody. He's bringing peace. It says, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? Like a question mark, as if to say, what? I tell you, no, but rather division. This is what the Son of the Most High is coming to do. And it's explained to you, in that time, these telephonic events, he's going to bring these scriptures to reality, and there is a visitation of the Most High, rising up to the prey, stirring up these nations, causing massive division. The next division will be the MOTB. And then, that's when it get the division. At the minute, what it is, you turn on the TV and you're seeing the division all over the TV with this situation, the small hats against the opposition. And then, you can go out, you can get into conversations with people, and you find a little bit of division. And this is going to, build and build. And then you've got the MOTB. When that comes in, the division is in your house. Because now, you've got your wife or your parents or whatever telling you need to take that thing, and you're not going to want to take it. So you have to be mindful of what you're seeing and how it's going to arrive within your front door very soon. You're just seeing the start of Yahweh Shai bringing this huge division. The whole world is currently divided, and within a matter of months, when this MOTB, albeit 6, 12, 18, when this MOTB comes out, that division is going to reach right at your front door, and then it's going to be in your house, and then it's going to be between you, your children, and your missus. So this is the warnings that we're giving you. So suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, no, but rather division. But jumping back to this, again, this is a secret through, all praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. This is a secret that I gave you through the Spirit. I received it through a vision. I was given this message. It wasn't written down. I don't have a text message or any screenshot that I can give you. I saw it through a vision, all courtesy of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. So I gave you that message, and now you're in that time where this is starting to take effect, because this is coming off of the division that we're seeing in the Middle East. It says AH was right, and that's exactly how it shown in the vision. What it is, I'm excited, and so when I'm excited I want to swear, but then I don't want to swear because I'm talking of a divine interaction. I keep saying it, I can't say it enough. All praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. AH was right. The small hats are fake. So here are these scriptures. You know, and then when the Spirit's telling you that the scriptures are for you, you know, it's not something that you become boastful of. You go, oh yeah, do you know what? That's me. Who are you telling me that, you know, how to break it down? It's actually the opposite. It becomes a scary thing because you think, fucking hell, I have to represent that. How can I live up to that? So you've got these false prophets. They're full of pride because they've taken it, just like these oppressors that we had over the years. They've taken these scriptures and they said, I can rule over people if I spin this book in the correct way. You know, when the Spirit's really working with you and saying, listen, this book's for you, you better go and teach them properly. You all of a sudden, you know, you're shook. I bet, you know, you'll have to double check how you represent it. It's a fearful thing. Fear of the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Most High, Yahweh Shai. It says AH was right. Oh, by the way, this was put up by Remnant Saved 144. I saw a screenshot. This is on Friday. Elder, is it Mashawamba? It says AH was right. Was posted over 20,000 times in the last 24 hours. So the secret that the Most High gave me, I explained it to you. You know, whether people, you know, heard it or forbade it, I don't really care. And now he's bringing that understanding to the people of the world. And this is what I've been saying this whole time. When Yahweh Shai cracks that sky and these people realize what time it is, it's going to break them. It's going to break their soul. And I can see it. He's bringing that information to manifestation. The realization is happening in their minds. So they're now realizing what I realized through the Spirit. This is the Most High making it happen. The prophet speaks it before it comes to pass, and then the Most High makes it happen. You know, makes it a real life event. Telephania. So posted 20,000 times in the last 24 hours. It says the war between the small hats and that group Hamas. You know, Hamas stands for, in the Hebrew, is violence. Apostle Tahar brought that out. Has sparked a massive online response with people posting and sharing anti-small hat phrases and memes. It's concerning to see AH was right. It's that phrase again. You see, this is the Spirit, because they even quoting it. This is it. Bang. That's how I saw it. AH was right. That's what's been tapped in on search engines. It's commonly associated with, you know, again, I'm not going to say that particular word because of the algorithm. It's being used by people across the political spectrum. This is especially dangerous knowing the motives and outcomes of AH's ideologies and how they led to that scenario. You can see written on the screen. It says, this is not the first time this has happened. AH was right was posted more than 70,000 times last year, as featured in an ad we created in March. Show that this kind of rhetoric will not be tolerated online. See, this is where they're going with it. This is where we're going. You know, you've got this division being created. It's us against them. And now, you know, they're going to try to drag us speaking this truth into this scenario. You know, because us speaking this truth is against this system. It's against the small hats. So they roll us into that same web. And eventually, you know, this is what they want to do. They want to bring this kind of rhetoric to an end online. So that's when obviously I mentioned in the previous video, that's when your famine of the word comes. So we're getting there. You know, we've got two, you know, I've brought out the same message, 2 videos in a row, and I've given you 2 different things that I've spoken of through the Spirit that are now actually coming to the realization of the 8 billion plus people on the planet Earth. You know, there's time for these people to get to know Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai is making moves. But yeah, so I mean, you know, I don't have to go on and make a massive issue about it. It's all pretty self-explanatory. This is just on the topic itself. Also, this was dated Saturday, the 4th of November, 23. This is the Telegraph, or the Guardian, sorry. This is revealed, plan to brand anyone undermining UK as extremist. Government officials have drawn up deeply controversial proposals to broaden the definition of extremism to include anyone who undermines the country's institutions and its values, according to documents seen by the Observer. So, when we come out, is it Revelation chapter 13? We tell you that the beast is this geopolitical system that runs the earth, dressed up as democracy, and we tell you that it has two horns, two horns like a lamb but spake as a dragon. So this represents the political system coming across. You have a choice of two. You think these two choices are gonna, trying to work in your favor, but ultimately, this government, this oppressing system that you're under, it just speaks to you as a dragon. So when we bring out Revelation chapter 13, we're undermining this country's institutions and its values, this democratic system. We're undermining it by telling you that it speaks as a dragon. We're also telling you that they want to bring this MOTB. And, once you take that MOTB, that digital system, the microchip within your hand, if you're the elect or, an Israelite, you're pretty much, you can't be delivered after that point. So we have to warn you of these things, and this is what they want to do. They want to say that, for example, they could easily now, when they bring this to fruition, they could easily stop you from reading Revelation chapter 13 and say you're undermining the government by doing it. So you just cannot mention the two horns like a lamb spake as a dragon. You just won't be able to mention it. That's undermining the government. This is where we're moving to. This is where we're going. Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai is bringing division, and you're seeing it, and people are waking up. They're starting to tap into Google. Was this guy right? Was AH really right? You see, the whole world's waking up. The nations are getting stirred up. World War III is on the brink. Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai is making moves. Before I go, I'm going to hit you with 2 Corinthians chapter 4. It's Apostle Paul speaking to the Corinthians. It says, "Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of the Most High deceitfully." So, we just tell you exactly how it is. I tell you exactly how it is, plain as day. This is the message. This is what I got. This is what it is. Whether you take it on board, that's down, that's the individual's choice. It says, "But by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of the Most High." And that's why these people, you see, what we've had on our conscience, what we've told you, what we've warned you about, the Most High is now putting that into the conscience of the people of the planet. And that's why they're waking up. That's why they're typing it into Google. Was he really right? Yes, he was right. I'll tell you firsthand, guaranteed from the Spirit, that message, he was really right. These people are all on Google trying to find out the answer. I can give you the answer from Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. I even mentioned in a previous video, this is not to boast or to brag or to put myself on a platter. I'm emphasizing the point so you understand how important the message is that I'm giving you. And I even mentioned in a previous video that that's the message I was given. AH was right. It sounds a bit drastic, but when you come face to face with Yahweh Shai pointing at me and say, did he really say that? And he'll say, yeah, he did. And you're finding out now. You don't even have to get that far. You're now finding out that that conscious understanding of AH being right about what? Being right about the oppression, the system, the group of people who oppress this world, pretty much, the 1%. And that's what he was right about, and that's what these people are starting to discover. That's what, these small hats, it's all coming back on them. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai is bringing it to manifestation. It says here, "But by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of the Most High. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. And that's what, if you can't understand or see where I'm going with this, it doesn't make clear sense to you, then you're lost. You're lost. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. It's logical. We just give you the one point and the next point and the next point. It all makes sense. History, the future, the current day events. If you can't make sense of, after all that information, if you still can't make sense of it, you're pretty much lost. A wandering soul. It says, in whom the Most High of this world have blinded the minds of them which not believe. So you got these false prophets that come in the name of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, but can't break down the MOTB. And so now we actually, you want to read their spirit, you want to read their thoughts. This is telling you that it is because they believe not. The Most High has blinded their minds. So you got a guy, he keeps calling on the name Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, he gives you all this stuff. He's memorized it, he's learned all this information, he gives it to you, but he can't break down a particular scripture, a very important scripture. The Most High blinded his mind because he doesn't really believe, yet he's standing there screaming and shouting, the Most High's name. The Most High ain't dealing with him. In the whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of glorious gospel of the anointed, whom is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. For we preach not ourselves, because this message ain't my message. I could start adding stuff to that. I just gave you that message. In 1 week, I've given you 2 particular things, and you're seeing the manifestation of them through the power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's a real opportunity to add all my own stuff to it. And I could expand this thing and come across as this bigger person in bigger stature. But what's the point of that? This is not my message. It's nothing to do with me. I'm just giving you what the Most High is giving me to give you. And it says, for we preach not ourselves, but the anointed Yahweh Shai, the Lord, and ourselves, your servants, for Yahweh Shai's sake. For the Most High, who commanded the light to shine out of the darkness, have shined in our hearts, in our minds, to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of the Most High in the face of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of the Most High and not of us. And that's what I'm showing you. This message is not our message. This is the Most High's message. And the things we speak are starting to come to pass. It says, thou shalt be afraid if this happens. Because then, the prophet has not spoken presumptuously. And this is the words of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. So I hope that's edifying. And like I say, the division, at the minute you turn on the TV, is out there. And very soon, when this MOTB comes, come January the 1st, I believe the BRICS goes online. The de-dollarization is going to be dramatic from that point onwards. So inflation is also going to be dramatic at the same point. So 2024 has got a lot to bring. We're expecting a global crash. We're expecting a global war. And we're expecting a time like never been seen before on the face of this earth. And I just want to say one more time, yet again, apologies if I keep pronouncing the word wrong. I keep saying all sorts, telephania, tele for this, tele for that. The word is theophany, or theophanic, theophania. So I hope that's edifying. Just keep the eyes peeled, and keep praying, and stay in the spirit. All praises to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem Rakak Kwadash. And until next time, Shalom.